Hey guys, Inktivate here with my new fully hidden 2x2 piston door design. This is an update to my previous design which I made a few years ago all the way back in 1.4.7. The addition of some new redstone blocks as well as some better engineering on my part helped me considerably simplify and compact the design. So say this is an underground wall in one of your bases. You don't want anyone finding your stuff or your secret lair or whatever, so you build this door. The way you activate this door is by placing a button on the ground and clicking it. The only cracked brick that's on the bottom layer, I know to put my button there. And so once I click this once, it opens, and I can even destroy this button so nothing is conspicuous. Walk inside and press this button to close it. And if I break myself out of here and look to the other side, you'll see that there is absolutely no indication that the door has been opened. So it's fully secret, fully hidden. You won't have any strangers finding this. And so in here you find your chest. Here's all your stuff. Oh, there he is. And the way to get out is to press this button again. You should be able to walk out. And then you can close it by pressing a button, placing a button down here again, or just clicking this one and walking out like that. And there you go. So a few things are optional in this build. You can build your wall however you want. You can have a little indicator here. You can just memorize where it is. It works with buttons, but it also works with pressure plates. So there you go. You could replace this with the pressure plate. So if you're walking out, you can be like this. There's a lot of different options, but yeah, you can use a pressure plate or a button. Alright, so that concludes the demonstration. Let's get right into how to build this thing. In my hotbar, you'll see everything redstone related you'll need for this build. So feel free to pause this video and collect all this stuff, and then we can get started. To start off, you'll obviously need a wall. I'm assuming you already have that built. So once you have this up, you're going to want to find the 2x2 area where you want your door to be and break out that area. Then you're going to take your 12 sticky pistons and place them as so. 2x2 grid right here, and a 2x2 grid on the opposite side. Then you're going to place 2 in a stack right here, and 2 in a stack right here. Make sure these are all facing the correct direction. Since the majority of this build is underground under these pistons, we'll need to dig out quite a bit of blocks here. Before you do that, you're going to want to mark where those buttons are going to be. So I would place a unique block of your choice, place a button on top, and then you're going to go all the way to this block and place your other button. So it should be this far away from the piston, as you can see. After you have those two, start digging all around it, probably like 2 blocks deep, and we can continue. So after everything looks something like this, let's go on to the next step. So next you're going to place a redstone directly under this button, redstone repeater, dig out a little 2-block trench right here, place a dropper going upwards like this, and a hopper going into this dropper. Next you're going to place any item you want into this hopper. Check the dropper beside it to make sure it went in. This can be literally any item as long as there's one of it. Another dropper on top of this one coming towards the hopper, and finally another dropper right here facing downwards into the hopper. So this can be a little tricky to do, but here's how you do it. So make this little thing, jump in, and get as close to this block as possible, and then click right there. And finally, break out this block right here and place a redstone comparator coming out of it. So what this does is every time we press the button, it'll toggle whether the output signal is on or off. So you can see it coming on and off here in the comparator. So now what we need to do is connect this other button to the T flip-flop. And the way you do that is you place a redstone dust directly under it, go 1, 2, 3 like this, take a turn, place a redstone dust and a repeater right here. This is super important and it'll make sense later. And then you're going to keep going, take a turn, and another repeater into this block right here. So let's press this button to make sure this works. There you go, it's on. And click it again, it's off. Alright, perfect, so it works. Next, coming out of this T flip-flop, you're going to place a redstone right here, 2 repeaters on either side of it, and a redstone dust right here. Then you're going to place a block here, and a block here, redstones both on top of that, and then 1 block up from that you're going to place a torch on either side. On this side you'll need to place a block above this repeater. So it should look like this from above. Also a very important note, make sure you do not have a block right here. This will prematurely power this piston, sort of messing things up. I'll show you what I mean over here. Yeah, so we don't want that. Make sure this is an air block. And that is all the redstone you'll need to do underground, so feel free to build your little 2x2 tunnel. Also make sure when you're building your little tunnel not to put a block right here going upwards because it'll break this connection, so make sure this is an air block. Next you can put your stone blocks in. This can happen anytime, but these 2 blocks right here are the blocks that'll be pushed into this area. So just stick them right in here. Alright, so next you're going to go to your left side and place a redstone repeater like this. If you're on single player, you can put it to the 3rd tick. If you're on multiplayer, I recommend putting it to the 4th, like this, just for some extra stability, but it does work on the 3rd tick in most cases. Then you're going to put a block right here, dust on top, and a block right here. And this should power some pistons. Yeah, so we got one side being powered. Then you're going to go to the other side and do the same thing mirrored. So redstone repeater, 3rd or 4th tick delay, block, block, dust. There you go, and that should power, yeah, most of the pistons except for the ones that push these blocks out. The last thing you're going to want to do is place a block, just one, above this redstone torch, and 2 blocks going in this direction, and dust all along that pathway. Then you're going to come up here, and these 2 redstone dusts will power the 2 pistons down here. Don't worry about this little block, that's just a glitch when you first put this stuff down. And that is the very last of the redstone. So click your button and see if it works. Alright, it opens. And there you go, it closes fully. Let's test the other button. Bam. Let's make sure it's closed all the way. Yep. And let's test the opening. Awesome. And there you go, a fully hidden 2x2 piston door. Feel free to cover up the rest of your stuff right here. It does require quite a bit of space, especially back here, but if you're underground, this shouldn't be too much of a problem. And there you have it. I hope you guys found this design helpful and the tutorial easy to follow. Drop me a like if you did, and if you're having any problems or difficulties building it, feel free to comment below. I'd love to help you out with this, and I'm sure other redstoners that are on the video will as well. Other than that, thanks for stopping by, subscribe if you want more of this stuff, and I will see you guys in the next video.
Thank you.